The African Union Peace and Security Council has spent the entire afternoon deliberating the never-ending political conflicts in two countries in the Eastern African region. For more details on this, we join our crew in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, as Duncan Hayemba joins us with the latest from the African Union Commission chairmanship race, which is just in less than 12 hours to go. Hayemba, many thanks for joining us tonight. It is all systems set for that AUC election tomorrow. What's the latest so far?
Indeed, Michelle, it is all systems go. Time for that eagerly awaited showdown. Will it be Raila Odinga? Will it be the Djibouti candidate, Mahamoud Yusuf? Will it be the Madagascar candidate? All that will be knowing in less than 12 hours. Today, it has been a beehive of activity for Raila Odinga. He was joined by a team of members of parliament. I was able to see governors there. We saw all other friends as well. Over 60 Kenyans joined Raila Odinga, and that was as at lunchtime. We are not so sure how many more have arrived this evening, how many more will be arriving early in the morning. Remember, it is just a 2-hour flight from Nairobi to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. So the numbers will keep swelling. Addis Ababa is literally teeming with Kenyans because of this high-stake AUC chairperson election, just like it was in 2017, but this time round, I think the stakes are a bit higher, and therefore, it goes without saying that it has to do with the candidates that are actually participating in this year's or this season's contest. To give you a quick update on what happened today here at the African Union headquarters, it has been a day that was heavy on peace and security. Mid-morning, there was the high-level conference on humanitarian, a high-level humanitarian conference on the people of Sudan. The delegates here were basically discussing the situation, the dire situation that has been going on, the long-running civil war in the Sudan that we saw in 2023, another war again sprouting, and many are concerned that the world seems to be giving or shifting its attention elsewhere when that civil war that has been running for years still continues. So in the afternoon, when they came back, the heads of state now went in, the Peace Security Council went in for another engagement. First of all, it was the briefing on the situation in Sudan. Again, they were having the reports on what needs to be done now as a matter of urgency. And then now, after that, at around 6 p.m., they shifted to Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo crisis. Interestingly, former President Uhuru Kenyatta was among those ones that were supposed to give their report after President William Ruto and his Zimbabwe counterpart, being the respective heads of East African community as well as the Southern Africa region, giving their reports. Tanzania President Samia Suluhu as well, Angola President who is in charge of peace and reconciliation. President Uhuru Kenyatta was also to address also with the President Cyril Ramaphosa and many others. But interestingly, the name of President Uhuru Kenyatta was on that list, but before they concluded, because the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres was the one to make the final remarks, did not. We were asked to get out so that it remains a closed-door session, but we had not seen President Uhuru Kenyatta in the room, but his name was on the list. We're not so sure whether he eventually got in or where he had been when other speakers were making their presentations. Quickly, Michelle, tomorrow it is showdown. A quick run-up on what will be happening. Out of the 55 member states, 6 have been suspended, will not be participating. 49 will be participating in that contest. Now, if yesterday's development by the Southern African region is anything to go by, which is a 16-member bloc, if they vote as a bloc, and that is they decide to vote for the Madagascar candidate, it means the election, it is a given fact that it will go into the second round round, because 49, if you minus 16, it is 33. For any candidate to win, they need a 2/3 majority, which is 33 in the first round or the second round. So if the Southern Bloc will vote for the Madagascar candidate, 16 of them, then it means a miracle has to happen where Raila Odinga gathers the remaining 43, or the Djibouti candidate gets the remaining 33 to make sure that they win in round one. But when they go to the second round, now the third candidate who will have lost, the other voters, the other presidents, heads of state and government will now shift to either the first candidate or the second candidate in the first round. But they must win with 2/3 majority. Otherwise, the election will be suspended for 1 year, now paving way for the deputy chairperson who will be elected to now take over for 1 year. We are not so sure that the heads of state and government who are here would want to go that route, and therefore tomorrow it is certain we must know the candidate. From 10 a.m. that is what will be happening. The election will take place between 12 and 2 p.m. according to the program, because that is a closed session and there are many things that will be happening including a newly elected presidents that will be addressing the assembly and being welcomed to the club. Also, the African Union, lastly, the African Union chairperson, current Mauritania president, will be handing over to the incoming chairperson, that is Angola's Joao Lourenco, who will be now taking over as the next chairperson of the African Union, that is the heads of state and government. Now I'll have to hand back over to you, Michelle, then we wait and see tomorrow how events will be happening here. As they say, we will see how the cookie will eventually crumble. Michelle.
Many thanks. That is Duncan Haemba, our senior political affairs reporter, live for us from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, where the much-anticipated AUC elections will take place tomorrow. And the AUC chairperson position, the most powerful position in the AU, has many eyes on it. We'll be bringing you wall-to-wall coverage of that process tomorrow. Now, as the African Union begins its big leadership elections during the 38th AU summit in Ethiopia, the main positions up for grabs are the chairperson, the deputy chairperson, and 6 key commissioner roles, which will cover areas like peace and security, health, and economic development. The elections, conducted by secret ballot, is to allow for a transparent and a confidential voting process, ensuring no external pressure on member states. But what does the race for the chairperson, the deputy chairperson, and the 6 commissioners look like? NTV's Zainab Ismail takes a closer look.
The African Union Commission elections are no ordinary political race. They follow a strict, transparent and merit-based process designed to ensure that all member states have a voice, no matter their size or influence. Every vote is cast in secret, so there's no room for pressure or outside influence. The elections happen in stages. First, the Executive Council selects the 6 commissioners. And then the Assembly of Heads of State and Government steps in to elect the chairperson and deputy chairperson during their session on the 15th and 16th of February. For those top 2 positions,